Hello, my name is Martin Kalfatovic, and I'd like to welcome you to my presentation about the International Image Interoperability Framework Consortium. On behalf of the IIIF staff, myself as Managing Director, Caitlin Perry, Communications and Community Coordinator, and Glenn Robeson, Technical Coordinator, we'd like to cover some of the things that are happening with both the standard and the consortium in the coming year. So again, just a quick recap. IIIF, the International Image Interoperability Framework, is our standard for delivering digital assets across the internet. The IIIF vision is to create a global framework by which digital resources from any participating institution can be delivered in a standard way by any compatible viewer for display, interaction, and annotation in any application to any user on the web. Now, what is IIIF? IIIF is a model for presenting and annotating content such as images, audiovisual files, 3D, with lots of different benefits. It's a standard that amplifies digital content delivery by minimizing bespoke digital delivery systems, but also flexible enough to avoid a one-size-fits-all. Some of the capabilities of IIIF include the ability to do deep zoom of images. And here we see an example from a map at Stanford where we can take a large format digital image, do deep zooming within the image to get all kinds of details that would not normally be visible on the map itself. The map itself is quite large, as you'll see in a moment, in the comparison with one of the staff at Stanford. IIIF also enables you to cite and share even regions of an image. In this example, we can see we can highlight a portion of the image and then share just that particular portion with other users. It also enables you to compare images. So in this example from the Welcome collection, we can see a tomography image of a seal, and we can see the different ways in which that image can be compared. IIIF also enables the analysis of images through the different spectra. So in this example, from the Leiden collection, we can look at multispectral imaging of a particular painting, and then using the sheeting method, look at different portions of the image at the same time. IIIF also enables searching within content, and there are many features available within the map areas where you can overlay historic maps with contemporary maps. You can also reunify images, as in this example from a French manuscript where the illuminations were removed from this manuscript and are housed in a different institution. IIIF enables you to recreate the original image. You can also do extensive annotations of documents. So in this case, we can see how we are taking portions of an image and annotating various regions. IIIF also enables you to make these digital assets available for crowdsourcing. So again, identifying pictures, people in photographs, and also creating exhibitions from digital assets. Now, looking forward on the standard, there are a number of things happening in the coming year. And the first of is some of the things that I'm thinking about as the new managing director, which again is expanding the concept of the image. So again, as we saw, IIIF can do both audiovisual and 3D. So I want to clarify in communications outside the IIIF insiders that IIIF is now more than just images. I also want to show how the concept of interoperability can decrease friction in creating inter and inter-institutional projects. D is for discoverability. How can IIIF content be made more transparently discoverable? Are there better ways to implement persistent identifiers in the IIIF environment? Also, I'm very keen on ensuring that IIIF resources are accessible. Not only is it the right thing to do, but in many of our jurisdictions, it is actually a legal requirement to make assets accessible. And W is for Wikiverse. I want to look to see different ways that we can make the IIIF standard work more closely within the Wikiverse to facilitate key goals and initiatives. And of course, AI is an inescapable concept in the cultural heritage community as well as in other areas. And I want to see how we can, again, continue to move with the existing work we've already done with artificial intelligence within the IIIF ecosystem. Now let's look a minute at the community and consortium that supports the IIIF standard and APIs. The IIIF Consortium develops shared APIs, implements them in software, and exposes interoperable content. The IIIF Consortium supports 11 community and technical groups, an annual conference plus an online meeting, successful grant projects around the world, a cookbook of best practices, multiple training cohorts per year plus new training modules being developed regularly, and travel scholarships and event support. Historically, the consortium was founded in June of 2015 at Oxford to sustain and support the work of a wider IIIF community for the benefit of all. Currently, there are 70+ institutions that provide financial support, the 3 staff roles that I mentioned at the opening of this presentation, and governance and oversight for the IIIF Consortium is provided by an executive and operating committee elected from the members, and a technical review committee that evaluates and continues to develop the standard. This map shows the partners as well as known implementations of IIIF. We're constantly looking for new implementers of IIIF because, again, as an open standard, you don't need to tell us that you're doing it. So we rely on the community to help us find who is using IIIF so that we can support their work. Those consortia partners, again, are international leaders from the museum and gallery community, aggregators, university and research institutions, state and national libraries and archives, and many more. Most recently, the IIIF Consortium welcomed the French Ministry of Culture to the consortium, and the Ministry of Culture will be working to help implement IIIF across numerous French cultural heritage programs. And then just earlier this month, we announced the welcoming of the National Archives from the United Kingdom as a IIIF Consortia partner. As I mentioned, we hold an annual conference. This is a photograph from our 2024 annual meeting at Los Angeles at UCLA. And we also hold an annual online meeting that we just completed in November, which is again free to the world. In this year, it included a number of lightning talks and technical workshops. Coming up in 2025 will be the annual conference, which will be hosted by the University of Leeds in the United Kingdom. Now, looking forward to the consortium, there's a number of things that we'll be working on. The first is evaluating and amplifying our strategic planning to flesh out this ongoing strategic plan, and then also to roll out that framework in 2025. I'm also working on budget planning to help improve the financial stability of IIIF, and also then working on a multi-year spending plan that will roll out in 2025. In terms of consortia planning, I'm also looking at the partnership model in terms of how we can increase participation while remaining revenue, also expand that participation outside the primarily Europe and North American contingent, and also just the general overall implementation of IIIF around the world. So again, it's easy to get involved with IIIF. You can join a community call, you can subscribe to the newsletter, and also enjoy participating in our very active Slack channel. So again, thank you so much for listening to this presentation, and look forward to seeing you at various meetings in person or online. So thank you very much.